Revelation chapter 20, verses 12 through 15. I saw the dead, both great and small, standing before God's throne, and the books were opened, including the book of life, and the dead were judged according to what they had done, as recorded in the books. The sea gave up its dead, and death and the grave gave up their dead, and all were judged according to their deeds. Then death and the grave were thrown into the lake of fire. This lake of fire is the second death, and anyone whose name was not found recorded in the book of life was thrown into the lake of fire. In one of my last videos, I was talking about the big banquet, and the wedding crasher, that Jesus found a guy in there that didn't have the right clothes on and cast him out into the outer darkness. And I called it hell, the lake of fire. And of course, there's always a nitpicker that has to make a comment. I was told that hell and the lake of fire are not the same thing. Now, if you're referring to hell, a Sheol, or Hades, then yes, you're correct. They are not the same thing if that's what you're thinking. Sheol and Hades is a place where you wait in torment as you await the great white throne judgment, your final judgment. And at that great white throne judgment, if your name is not found written in the book of life, you are cast into the lake of fire forever. It is the final destination for those who reject God, and it is a place of eternal torment. Jesus described it as a place where the worm does not die and the fire is never quenched. You will be cast into the lake of fire, but you will not die. The second death is eternal separation from God, where you'll be tormented day and night for all of eternity. But getting back to the fact that yes, they're two different things if you call hell Sheol or Hades. Because in these verses, it may say in this New Living Translation that death and the grave were cast into the lake of fire. But it is also translated, death and Hades are cast into the lake of fire. Hell, Sheol, Hades, whatever you want to call it, it's all cast into the lake of fire at the end. And if we look to an example of just Hades, the waiting place, the rich man went there. Jesus said that he was in torment. He was calling out to Father Abraham, allow Lazarus to dip his finger in water and put a drop of water on my tongue, for I am in torment in these flames. If Hades, the waiting place, is that bad, imagine what the lake of fire will be like. It is a place you do not want to go. But the good news is, you don't have to. Get your name written in the book of life. Believe on the name of the Lord Jesus Christ and you will be saved.